On this day in 1851, Gail Borden announces the invention of condensed milk. The first black Civil War regiment at the 1st South Carolina Volunteers are mustered in the U.S. Army on this day in 1863. On this day in 1865, General Robert E. Lee is named Commander-in-Chief of the Confederate Armies during the U.S. Civil War. General Friedrich von Paulus surrenders to Soviet troops at Stalingrad on this day in 1943. On this day in 1945, Soviet troops reached the Oder River, less than 50 miles from Berlin. U.S. President Harry Truman publicly announces support for the development of a hydrogen bomb on this day in 1950. And on this day in 1961, David Ben-Gurion resigns as Prime Minister of Israel. My Sweet Lord by ex-Beatle George Harrison hits number 1 on the UK charts on this day in 1971. And on this day in 1991, the first McDonald's in Russia opens in Moscow. We have quite a few birthdays today. Austrian composer Franz Schubert was born in Vienna on this day in 1797. American novelist Zane Grey, renowned for his Western novels, was born on this day in 1872. Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova was born on this day in 1881. And American novelist Norman Mailer was born on this day in 1923. Eugene Terblanche, a South African leader of the Afrikaanse Weerstandsbeweging, was born on this day in 1944, and former South African Minister of Finance Trevor Manuel was born on this day in 1956. British actress Minnie Driver was born on this day in 1970. Australian actress Portia de Rossi was born on this day in 1973. And finally, singer-songwriter Justin Timberlake was born on this day in 1981. On this day in 1945, 25-year-old Eddie Slovik becomes the first U.S. soldier to be executed for desertion since the American Civil War. A. Milne, English author of Winnie the Pooh's books, dies at the age of 74 on this day in 1956. Hollywood mogul Samuel Goldwyn dies at the age of 91 on this day in 1974. And finally, Adelaide Tambo, a South African activist and wife of Oliver Tambo, affectionately known as Ma Tambo, dies on this day in 2007. And finally, on this day in 1985, South African State President P.W. Botha offers Nelson Mandela conditional release from prison. The condition of his release is that he renounces violence and violent protests as a means to bring about change in South Africa. Mandela communicates his refusal of the offer through his daughter, Zinzi Mandela. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and tune in tomorrow for another This Day in History.